Okay, welcome back. So yesterday you received a message from one of your ancestors. And I didn't mention this yesterday, but it could have been from what's called a Voltgeist. And that is the pure spirit of culture or peoples. We're all human beings, we know this, but different places develop different cultures. And so you might have gotten, one time I heard bagpipe music playing. I knew that was the spirit of all of my Scottish ancestors calling me. It wasn't necessarily one specific person. It was incredibly powerful. But spirit will communicate, and your ancestors are part of that. They'll communicate in ways that you are going to understand. So it might be tempting to go, a bunch of bagpipes, that's so cliche. It's not cliche. If you hear bagpipes, immediately you think Scotland. When someone wants to really communicate with you, they're not going to be convoluted and tricky about it. They're going to, speak their mind, show you something that you're going to relate to right away, which is why I said don't take too much time with, the thinking and impressions, because something came to you quickly. So go with that. Isn't this nice and peaceful? And you can leave up this little space if you've created like a little altar or a little corner, in your home for yourself to do this work. You can leave it up because we'll be back here a couple more times. So now I'm going to give you a few moments to do this. I want you to look at your paper. I'm sure you already have. Fix in your mind the message, the communication that you received yesterday. And we're going to sit with it for a moment, and I want you to ask yourself as we sit, where would you like me to go with this? Let's do that now. Good. Now, what I don't like to do is overwhelm my newer people. So if you need more time with this question, because doing it the second time, for some reason, that tends to bring up a lot more social conditioning. Something popped into your head the first time, it may not have been so quick on the second time. It will get there with practice. But I want you to feel free after I end this video, I want you to feel free to sit with it and see what does come up. Just pay attention to the first thing that comes up, because that is the communication. That is your intuition. Everybody has it. You might have been told to Google something. The ancestors know where you're living. It's not like the movies where, man comes back from 200 years ago and doesn't know anything about the modern world. Spirit doesn't work that way. Spirit is aligned with the times. We'll say it that way. You might have been encouraged to Google something, maybe visit someplace, maybe call somebody in your family. And that can be exciting too if you have that kind of connection, because, you don't have to get real personal. You can say, I was just researching my family tree maybe, and I was wondering about our relatives from Africa in this certain place, and could you tell me more? Our people from Egypt, I know that we have ancestry in Ireland, Norway, wherever it is. I'm just thinking of some recent, tapping into the energies of some people I know who've been doing this stuff recently for themselves, and kind of never thought to ask. It just seemed like too big to ask. But this is your starting point. This was my call to make this video for you, because we all need a starting point, and you'll find that it goes from there. So try not to get overwhelmed with details. Go where you're directed. Don't ask too many questions. Just go with it. See what happens, see what you learn about yourself. This is a way to honor your ancestors.